Hi, it's Mrs. Hatterberg again. Thanks for joining me again to learn about demographics today. We're continuing on our 1.2 study, Study 3, Population and Demography. People live in space and are part of cultures. People are also part of populations. A population consists of the people who live in a particular area. Are you getting all these vocabulary words down? You probably want to make note of them now. You've probably seen population measured as a total number of people, but there's more to population than just its size. In fact, populations have all kinds of traits such as population density, average age, and gender ratio, number of men versus number of women. Because populations have so many traits that can provide information about the people living in different areas, there's an entire branch of human geography known as demography that's dedicated to studying the human population. Demographers measure and analyze populations to try to understand not only the structure of populations, but also the process and dynamics that shape and change them. Demography is the study of human population. Here's your definitions. Demography is used by human geographers to understand population structure, processes, and dynamics. Demographics refers to categories or characteristics of populations as they're used in population and opinion research. Commonly used demographics include gender, race, age, and income. Demographics are used in government, advertising, marketing, and polling. Moving on to page 2. Demography around the world. Demography provides us with some quick, easy ways to see the differences between countries and regions around the world. For example, China, with 1.3 billion people, has the world's largest population. But overall, the population density of China is much lower than it is in Israel. So China is a big country with many citizens, but Israel, with a population of only 6.5 million people, is a much more crowded place. Concepts in demography. 1990 versus 2000. Population density in San Fernando Valley. Census data. Most data used by demographers comes from censuses. A census is a count of the population in a particular area. Most censuses are also collect data on age, gender, and other categories for people living in neighborhoods, cities, states, and nations. Census data can also be used to create a variety of visual representations of a population, such as this map showing changes in population density in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. Concepts in demography of Afghanistan, 2006. Population pyramids. Population pyramids, also known as age-sex pyramids, show the size of different age groups in a population. This graph typically has a pyramid shape because the number of people in an age group decreases as the age increases. Population pyramids are usually based on census data. So usually you'll see a pyramid looking like this. If there is a baby boom or a group that has, for some reason, like during a war, experienced a significant trauma, you might see a group go in, or if it's a baby boom, one of these groups would shoot out and be outside of that normal population pyramid. Demographic maps. Demographic data may also be represented on maps like this one, which show the different population sizes of European countries. So here we have color-coded the more densely populated countries. Concepts in demography, trend growth, and demographic factors. This is Germany in 2005. Population pyramids and other demographic data can reveal trends in growth. This population pyramid shows that the population of Germany is aging and shrinking. Populations shrink for a variety of reasons, from low birth rates or high death rates to increased emigration. Further data is usually needed to determine the specific reasons a population increases or decreases. So this is not your typical population pyramid. Something's happening, and geographers would learn and look into these specific trends for specific age groups and analyze why this was happening. This is a quiz yourself, log on to page 3 to do this. And chatting about populations. Demographers pay careful attention to changes in populations, and they share this information with other people. For example, American workers are part of the Social Security system. This system taxes current workers and uses that money to give benefits to retired workers. Demographers can calculate how many retirees there will be in the future and how many new workers there will be needed to keep the system going. Demographic information has powerful implications for policy. It also helps us understand different cultures. Keeping track of populations and demographics is an important part of spatial thinking. We're going to skip this interactive piece. You can log on to page 4 to do that yourself. Page 5, learning about a society through demography. Demography might seem pretty dry, but you can learn some interesting things about places and cultures by studying population traits and trends. For example, Canada's birth rate has been falling over the past 35 years, while healthcare has improved. As a result, the population pyramid for Canada has been creeping upwards. The largest group of Canadians used to be teenagers, but now the largest group is in its 40s. Since the 1970s, Canada has slowly been turning into a middle-aged society. Another interesting fact, while Americans used to be the tallest people on Earth, that's no longer true. The Dutch, now the world's tallest people, are, on average, 2 inches taller than the typical American. American men rank 9th and women 15th in average height. Average height is a pretty good measure of economic equality and overall quality of life. The United States is a richer nation, but the height data suggests that the Dutch may have better overall quality of life. Maybe these facts don't grab you, but there are plenty more that might. In later activities, you'll learn more about how demographers draw conclusions from these studies. This would be a great time to check out one of my very favorite websites, gapminder.org. We're going to be exploring some demographics with that website. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.